Real quick, how many friends do you have?
I don't know. 5? 2?
3, 20 plus.
25.
10, 15.
10, 15.
But why?
Okay. So depending on who you ask these questions to, people will usually give you different answers. And these people can be further subdivided into 3 very broad categories, which is baby boomers, millennials, and Gen Z.
Delivery agila.
So, how do I make friends?
So while it is true that no two people will have the same answer, we started noticing a trend. The Gen Zs answered somewhere around the 10 to 15 range. The millennials gave us a more 5 to 10 modest range answer. And then their studies show that as you age, these numbers steadily decline. But one thing that was common for all these generations is none of them were closed off to the idea of making new friends. Since we need to get to the bottom of these researches, let's ask our test subjects some questions. Why did friendships feel so easy in your teens?
When I used to make friends back in school, basically for having fun.
You're not as inhibited when you're younger.
When you're younger, normally you don't have any egos. Your friends are among equals.
Why is it harder to make friends when you grow up?
Your friends from school, your friends from college, they're settled somewhere else, right?
Like back in the day, when I could just have a face-to-face conversation that held more value than everything I'm doing now.
Like when you're younger, you are in the same area, colony, school, college. So there's not much of a, differentiation in your thought process. But when you grow up, you're earning, you're in different jobs, you have different professions. So perspectives change then with each other. It's not the same.
Have your expectations from friends shifted over years?
What is like the real you? What is some things which you have never shared with people? If it aligns with me, then I'll go with them.
Now I may not be as available. I have my set routine. There's only so much divergence I can do from that routine. I may be lesser available. So I have kind of calibrated my expectations that way with my friends as well. So yeah, most definitely expectations have changed, and they should.
Ideally, there shouldn't be expectations among friendship, but it does change. It all matters in individuals' time, preference, taste. So many factors which one would like to give to the other.
And Uncle is right. To really sustain these friendships, 3 very important factors come into play. Proximity. Being around each other enough where it doesn't feel forced. Can I get coffee?
No.
Energy. Being on the same page in terms of how invested you are in the friendship. Also known as emotional effort. Yeah. Timing. And this is a tricky one because if you're not in sync with where you are in the friendship...
Hey, did you see Nilu?
No. Then even the strongest bond starts to wobble.
Hey, did you see Gopika?
She just left. Has losing friends changed who you are?
Oh yeah, for sure. Your personality completely changes. I have very different relationships with all of my friendships, and how I present myself or how I show up in those friendships, I think is different. I think the core values are the same, which is that there's mutual respect, admiration, and understanding and compassion, and the need to be there for each other. The tendency is to mold yourself around the different friends you have, not in a way that people pleasy, because I was this is a former people pleaser talking. I think it's important. It's like when you're in a foreign country and you're listening to someone in an American accent, you kind of pick it up also unintentionally sometimes. It's called behavior modeling.
I used to chase validation more back then, so I used to be like being friends with everyone versus now more secure.
I feel more secure as a person because there's no constant nagging that's happening or no constant commentary that is being passed upon, and usually you take those comments very seriously on yourself because they are your friends, right? But you realize later on that maybe they're just insecure from you as a person and they're not letting you go to the next level.
Many a times, irrespective of what you are in person, you will have to probably change to the level of what the opposite guy is in the situation or position. Slight personality change will be there.
So it's important to mention, if you ever feel like you're lonely and you have no friends, so we would suggest getting therapy from Rocket Health, because we would help you deal with emotions like that and figure your way out of this. How do you make friends?
The way you make friends really depends on the city. I think the first step you have to understand is get a vibe of the city. If I have a friend and I call them, they usually end up calling their friend, and I make friends with their friends. I would say like if you're in a city like Bangalore where people are more reserved and where it's harder to make friends, don't get disheartened. I would say join communities. Unfortunately, run clubs are a thing. I remember watching this documentary about loneliness in Bangalore, and I kind of resonated with that video.
Just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of being rejected by other people. It's just rejection is part of life. And yeah, just try and look up different activities. I'm sure if you look up on the internet and if you look up on Instagram, there's a ton of pages that can tell you all interesting things. You take a pottery class, go to a pet shelter that rescues animals. Maybe you meet like-minded people there. Go to the park, just sit and observe nature, sit and look at the different shades of green there are in the trees, stare at the sun. Meet someone in a bookshop, go up to someone and ask them what they like reading without being creepy.
Well, we still make friends when we catch up in functions and parties, when the existing friends introduce their new friends to us. If there is thread getting connected, we do become friends. We can make friends because there's much of an expectation from friends now and nothing much to lose from friends now.
What do you think your friendships will look like in the next 10 years?
My friendships, I believe they evolve further. More meetups, hopefully. So I will make an effort to be more available, meet my friends as much as possible because I'm not able to. I feel like more meetings, more in-person meetings instead of those FaceTimes.
Well, for my age, the next 10 years will be like I getting into the 70s and plus. Friendship, yeah, the ones which are going on rich and ripe will continue to ripen and more fruitful. It will have its own nostalgic phase. If you are living and the friends are also living, and it will be a great feeling.
So losing friends isn't all that bad if you're adding new ones to the list, right? There's studies that show that with age, the new friends you add declines too. So if you're in your 50s watching this video, are you cooked? So yes, research does show we have fewer friends as we age, but the friends that we do get to keep, typically 2 to 5 close ones, are more meaningful and cherished. Some friendships grow with you, others drift apart, but both are natural. And there's a strange kind of comfort in knowing that. So I hope you found this video helpful and hope this video helped you make a friend and most importantly, maintain one. As always, like this video, comment your thoughts on what we should cover next and what you would like to hear from us. Above all, subscribe because we've noticed a lot of you haven't subscribed. So do that, hit that subscribe.